healthy diet.
I know. It's like, can it be pasta? And it's like, okay, we'll make pasta. Not that pasta. It's like, oh my god. Yeah.
Our son only eats fruit.
Oh really?
Yeah.
My Yuki said that when she was young, or sorry, Yuki's mother said that when she was young, she would only Yuki would only ever drink juice and never like water, and she hated brushing her teeth.
Yep.
So when
That
they
sounds like
so when they finally got to the dentist, like she had like 19 cavities or something horrible. Hey everybody, this is Evan Rogers. You know the spiel already. $5 Patreon, 3 lessons or so a week, depending on what goes on. Really cheap, and I have been producing stuff, flashcards and stuff like that off of this website called Blookit, and they're pretty fun. Everyone's giving me a lot of congratulations and thanks for what we've been doing over there. Anyway, all that stuff's available. Go to Evans Easy Japanese on Reddit or my Twitter or my Gab account or all that sort of stuff. I also have a website, but who cares? You guys good to go?
that's how I found you was through your website.
Oh,
I've
really?
been
Well, how'd
using
you know
your
to go
Blookit.
there?
What?
How'd you know to go there? No one knows that a website exists.
I googled Japanese lessons in Ohio.
And I'm like the third person. I'm still the 20th person that showed up.
I googled it like 3 years ago or something.
Really?
And I've been using your Blookits. Like, when you use the Blookits, do we all play against each other? Or do you have to like set up to all play?
No. In order for it to work, I have to hit the homework button, and so it's a homework thing. And so no one sees what everybody else is doing, I don't think, unless I'm really missing something. But in order for it to be like we're actually playing against each other, I have to host it and we all have to play at the same time.
Oh, that's fun though. You should host those nights. That'd be fun.
Maybe, yeah, that'd be a good idea. Have like all the nerds online host that sort of stuff. That'd be fun. No one would join because no one knows I'm doing this because I have 10 people watching each video. So, all right, what we're gonna do today is this is what's wrong with these sentences, and you're gonna say, Evan, why is it not on the screen properly? And I agree with you. The problem is that some of these sentences get long, so I'll have to shift around, but that's not that big of a deal. It really hurt to write these sentences, and we're going to try to fix them. There is something wrong with each one of these sentences, 26 of them, my goodness. And we have to figure out what the problem is and then fix them. Number one, who would like to read this incorrect sentence?
とても美味しく出してよ。
Totemo oishiku deshita yo. I can't believe I actually said that properly. I think it's just because I heard you say it just recently. What is wrong with the sentence? Anyone want to answer the question?
Looks good to me.
The issue is with the oishiku, right?
Sure. Depending on what we're going to try to do to it after that. There's technically more than one answer. Like, you could just say, like, it's not supposed to be delicious. It's supposed to be something else. And, like, there's numerous fixes to this. So you have to justify why you think what it is.
美味しくなかったです。
Isn't it supposed to be
Oishiku nakata desu would be an acceptable a fix, and that would mean, what would that mean? Totemo. Well, actually, it'd be kind of weird because of totemo. Totemo oishiku nakata desu. What would that mean?
It's negative and past tense.
So it would mean. What does oishi mean?
Tasty.
Yeah. So if it's totemo oishiku nakata desu, what would it mean? The totemo is a little bit weird, but let's go with it.
very?
Oh, I thought you said you're not going to do this.
No, John said, what does Totomo mean?
Totomo is very, yeah.
It was very tasty.
Well, you had a na there, so it'd be negative. So it was not very tasty.
So the way
I
fix this sentence is...
Oh, shut up. I'm working on it.
Okay.
Really quickly, if it's negative, we'd probably use amari instead of totomo. That's all I was going to say. That would be a fix. Amari oishiku nakata desu. It would change the... I don't even know what the sentence is really trying to say because it's wrong. So, Kayla, what would you do?
Totomo oishii deshita yo.
Oishii deshita would be bzz, because oishii is an e adjective. How do we make e adjectives past tense and polite?
You could just say oishii desu yo.
Oishii desu yo would also be a
I think he wants us to have it past tense, so.
You didn't say that.
It's fun hearing different fixes. somebody watching this, if I ever get more than 20 views, one of them will be like, "Oh, let's do that." What John's saying. How do you make an E adjective past tense?
The kata.
Yeah, exactly, and it replaces the
Ishikata yo.
Yeah, totemo oishikatta, and then we'd keep the des.
Oh, that's
because that keeps it polite. So totemo oishikatta desu yo.
That's right.
So how was your Thanksgiving?
That's a hard first one. That's a hard first one.
Yeah. It's past tense, which you guys haven't been doing at your university classes, have you?
It was hard for you. I answered it right twice.
Well, not with the nakata and kata yet. I guess that's second semester. So.
John's a jerk.
It was hard for me. I answered it right twice.
Okay, you can start translating your own sentences.
No, I answered it. You got it wrong the one time you tried.
Totemo oishikatta desu yo would mean it is very delicious. That is technically the answer I was looking for. So, all right, next we have Mado. Oh, sorry, somebody else read it. What am I doing?
Mado o akimasu.
Mado o akimasu. What is wrong with this sentence?
It should be akemasu.
Sure, yeah, Mado o akemasu. But what did we change? What happened there?
The transitive and transitive. So this is saying that the O particle is saying that the window opened.
The O particle is saying that I opened the window, but the akimasu is saying what?
That the window opened.
Exactly. So we have a contradiction there. I opened, the window opened, right? Doesn't work. And that's why you switch it to the akemasu, which would unify the polarities or whatever dramatic physics term we would use to say we turned the transitive into the transitive. Technically, there's another easy fix. We could switch the a to a. John, you got this.
Wow.
That is technically accurate, but much less what I was hoping for. Instead of you're right. A wa would work. Mado wa akimasu would be like, well, the window opens.
Ga.
Yeah, ga was what I was looking for. But you're not wrong. John is definitely not wrong. As much
3
as
for
he's
3.
Yeah, I'm as a teacher hoping for different answers. Unfortunately, you are 3 for 3. Unfortunately, Michigan has made it a rivalry.
Yeah, it was weird, wasn't it?
Man, we looked horrible on the O line and D line. That was bad.
It was your D line. Your defense was terrible.
Defense couldn't do, like we knew you were gonna run the ball, and for some reason they didn't just send everyone in the gaps. Like I don't know what they were doing.
6 yards of carry. It was the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
I think his average was like 7.9. I'm not even joking. You guys had like almost 8 yards of carry.
Listen, I'm a Michigan fan. I was not expecting that.
Nobody was
confused. There was a minute left, and I'm like, I'm not counting Ohio State out till the clock reads 0 because I know what the hell it is.
Yeah, that was one of the weirdest things. Basically, everyone in Ohio right now. Oh, you're in Ohio. Everyone down here who's paying attention is like, we're probably going to see an entire revamp of the coaching on the defense. Anyway, sorry, we probably should talk about that now because we're in the middle of fixing these sentences. And look, what do we got here? Somebody read it.
Kino, ikimasu ya ka.
Yeah, kino, ikimasu ka?
Wait, what's kino mean?
I'm not telling you.
Tell me.
I'll give you a hint, John.
I'll
give you a hint, John. There are 3 potential translations. It's either yesterday, today, or tomorrow.
So it'd be kino, ikimashita ka.
That would be a perfect translation. Yesterday, did you go? The mashita would make it what? What would we call it when we change the mas to mashita?
Past tense.
Or complete. Yeah, exactly. Both. Kayla, what would be a different change that we could make to make it correct?
Ashita ikimasu ka.
Sure, ashita ikimasu ka. Even we could even use kyo because we could, maybe you're going to go later today. Yeah, great. All those are fine. Oh, what does ashita mean?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. There's always tomorrow. That's what we were all singing down here in Columbus on Saturday. All right. It's funny because John's like, I'm not even sure I wanted to win like that. All right, number 4. How do we read that one?
Noto o arimasen.
This one
This
really
one has-
hurts to read.
One really has me confused.
Oh, okay. What's confusing you? You think it's right?
Noto
So it's like
o
saying like the object notebook, and then arimasen like does not exist or does not have.
Yeah, I'm gonna not have. I'm gonna not exist. The notebook is almost what you're trying to say, but it doesn't work. So once
Yeah, it was-
again, this. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, John. What'd you say?
I don't know. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's gotta have a god. So the
It's a guy, right?
Yeah, exactly. And also your other cheat answer with the wa, that would also work. Noto wa arimasen. We don't have a note. Noto ga arimasen. We don't have. And sorry, no, I said no. It's a notebook. We don't have a notebook. So yeah, exactly. And
this is a good lesson because this is a good one because you really have to focus on the particles here.
By the way, that's 5 for 5.
Sean's on fire. John is Michigan's
I'm gonna sit out the
running back.
next couple.
I'm gonna stop translating.
I'm gonna
things for
start
you.
calling you Hassan Haskins because when you get to 7.9 out of 7.9, then you can be done. All right, noto o arimasen doesn't make sense because arimasen, this is strange because a lot of people don't think of it this way. Arimasen is an intransitive verb. That's why it has to have the ga particle there.
Okay,
That's one way to think about it.
that'll help a lot too.
And I'm gonna eventually make a lesson using arimasen and a bunch of other verbs to show, and also it's gonna sound crazy, but some Christian theology to discuss how they're all related, which doesn't make sense because it's Japanese and not Christian. But there's this. Anyone out there, check out Lord of Spirits podcast. Fantastic. All right, here we go. Next one. Please read it.
Dore wa suki desu ka?
Yeah, like you were like, John, you're supposed to read it. As you were reading it. Dore wa suki desu ka? I can't believe I just said that correctly. What would be a much better question? Or not question. Well, it has to be a question if it has Dore and Ka. So how would you fix it? Anybody? Come on, Hassan.
I'm gonna sit a few out.
I'll give you a hint. You already basically did this twice.
It's Deshta.
Well, it's ga. The particle's ga.
Yeah, we can't use a wa particle with an interrogative, so we would be switching the ga.
Yeah.
Deshta is not an acceptable one because this wa is sticking out like a sore thumb. Dore wa suki deshita ka would just be like, which one? Did you like it? And so the intonation would just be off in English. We'll forgive you on that one. You're still 4 for 4 or 5 for 5 or whatever it is. All right. Or
Oh, that
go ahead.
was the only thing wrong was the ga.
I mean, technically, it all depends on what we're trying to say. We could put a different noun here, like cheese, and then and then change it from. Oh, and we don't have to change anything else. If we just change a different noun here, like yoroi wa suki desu ka, it would sound a little
Okay.
bit strange, but it's totally fine. Do you like armor? Like, hey, do you like chicken? No. Do you like spaghetti? No. Do you like armor? That would be a yoroi wa suki desu ka. That would be an acceptable translation. If we just change this into a non-interrogative question word is what an interrogative, who, what, when, where, why, word, noun, it has to be a noun. I can't just say word, it has to be a noun. That would work too. It just, the intonation would be like, well, what about this? All right, 6. Who wants to read it?
Rashu.
Oh, that's thanks you for catching that. That should be Raishu. Excuse me.
Oh. Raishu. Goburin o koroshimashita.
Yeah, great. Goburin. Get that E sound. Raishu.
Goburin.
Goburin o koroshimashita. What is wrong with that sentence? Anybody? There are 2 immediate possibilities.
No, goblins aren't real.
Well, Raishu is next week, so
Yes, Raishu does mean next week. So what does that suggest that we should change?
we can't have the mashita.
Exactly. So we can either change it to be future, or I guess I should say incomplete, non-complete, or we can change the word to bring it to in the past.
Change the ratio.
What's
Last
it?
week. Change the
Well,
ratio.
what's last week?
Last week, Goburin o koroma.
Last week, Goburin no koroshimashita. You know, if Japan keeps changing Japanese the way it has been, that will be an acceptable sentence in 20 years. Hell, I bet you if you said that, Rasto Wiku, I bet you people would understand that in Japan. They'd be like, "Oh, right, that's a Japanese English, right? Rasta Week." Like, there's probably a magazine called the Rasta Week. I bet you. So obviously that's not the answer we're looking for. Rasta Week isn't really a good word. What's the word for last week? Or you could even say this week. It would just be kind of weird.
Senshu is last week.
Senshu indeed is last week. What is this week?
Konshu.
Exactly. So we could say Konshu Gobri no Kuroshimashita. We killed him this week. Or we could say Senshu Gobri no Kuroshimashita. We killed him last week. Or we could keep it Raishu and then change it to non-past. John, how do we change that Kuroshimashita into the non-past tense?
Get rid of the shita.
And replace it with? What sound does a snake make? What's the first letter of snake and just make the sound of it? Exactly. So Raishu Gobri no Kuroshimasu. Perfect. You got it. You're 6 for 6. Let's get you to 7.
Basically, I said get rid of the shita.
Well, yeah, but if we get rid of the shita, then it's Kuroshima.
Well, I would have said as.
You did it though. He was asking you to say it, and you did it.
You wouldn't have said
This got
us.
weird about a snake for some reason.
You wouldn't have said us. You would have said ass. All
I probably would.
Number 7. What do we got here? Somebody read it for me.
Zombie wa kireku nai desu ne.
Yes, exactly. Zombie wa kirekunai desu ne. I really had to think about that before I said it.
I don't even know what. I don't even know what kireku.
Well,
is.
zombie is zombie.
I'm gonna give you a hint, Kayla. Yeah, zombie is zombie. The reason why you can't.
Is it kire?
Yeah, exactly. Because that's what the issue is. Because kide
I
ends
was like,
in
I don't even know what the sentence is trying to say.
exactly. I couldn't give you the kanji because the kanji doesn't allow me to put the ku there. I mean, I guess I could have and just lied on the hiragana. But kide e ends in an e, but it's a
Nah.
adjective. Exactly, it's a na adjective. And so kide kunai is not the correct way of negating kide. How would we negate kide?
Isn't it just kire nai desu ne?
Close. The nai has to be des in some way, shape, or form.
Oh,
Yeah, honestly, that's right. Zombie wa kire dewa arimasen is in then maybe add the ne there.
I
Zombie
always
wa
struggle on that one for some reason. I don't know why I can't comprehend the dewa nai.
That's because there's 4. It's because there's 4 that you can choose from.
You know what's embarrassing is you're in college for this. And I'm not.
That just shows you how effective
Japan
Evan's
together.
education is. I'm just joking.
We'll survive in Japan together. I can say the vocab and he can make it into the correct sentence structure.
You'll get it. Don't worry. Just takes practice. Kire dewa arimasen is totally acceptable, but the issue is that there's 4. There's 4 ways of changing this. Let's see if you can get a different one that isn't dewa arimasen. I'll give in. It could be dewa arimasen. It could be ja arimasen. Or it could be something nai desu.
I said janai desu.
That's another one. What's another one? Dewa arimasen. Dewa nai desu is also acceptable.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't know what he's asking for.
Yeah, well, that's why it's difficult to keep track of. Zombie wa kire dewa nai desu. Zombie wa kire dewa arimasen. Zombie wa kire ja nai desu. Zombie wa kire ja arimasen. All those would be acceptable. How about we stop it there?
Okay.
That's 44. All right, you guys have a good whatever it is, and we'll probably see you on Friday, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Friday's good.
All right, see you guys. Peace out.
Bye.